My coworker keeps commenting on my lunch every single day, so I started bringing increasingly weird combinations to mess with her. Now she's complaining to HR about my unprofessional food choices. I work in a small office where we all eat lunch in the break room together. It's usually pretty chill, just people chatting while eating their sandwiches or salads. But for the past 3 months, my coworker Janet has made it her personal mission to comment on everything I eat. It started small. "Oh, leftover pizza for lunch again," with this judgmental tone. Or "That's a lot of carbs," when I'd bring pasta. At first, I thought she was just making conversation, but it became clear she was keeping track of my eating habits like some kind of food police. The comments got more frequent and more pointed. "Wow, that burger looks really greasy. Are you sure you want to eat that much cheese?" I could never eat something that heavy for lunch. Every single day I tried ignoring her, but Janet seemed to take my silence as an invitation to escalate. She started making suggestions about healthier alternatives and sharing articles about nutrition that she'd print out and leave on my desk. "I saw this great recipe for quinoa salad that might be perfect for you," she'd say, sliding a printout across the table while eyeing my sandwich with obvious disapproval. The breaking point came when she brought her own lunch over to sit directly across from me and started narrating her meal choices. "I am having this amazing kale salad with lemon dressing. It's so light and energizing. I feel so much better when I eat clean." Meanwhile, she's staring at my chicken parmesan sub like it personally offended her family. That's when I decided to have some fun with it. The next day, I brought a peanut butter and pickle sandwich. Janet's face was priceless. She opened her mouth to comment, then closed it, clearly struggling with how to process this combination. "That's interesting, she finally managed. It's actually delicious," I said cheerfully. Day 2, cream cheese and hot sauce bagel. Janet looked physically uncomfortable watching me eat it, but I could see her trying to figure out if this was somehow healthier than my usual choices. Day 3, leftover Chinese takeout mixed with breakfast cereal. I stirred it together right in front of her, making sure she could see every bizarre spoonful. "Are you feeling okay?" she asked, genuine concern creeping into her voice. "Never better. I am really exploring new flavor profiles." By week 2, I was bringing things like tuna salad with gummy bears mixed in spaghetti with maple syrup and a sandwich made with cookies instead of bread. Janet had stopped commenting entirely and started eating her lunch at her desk instead of the break room. The food commentary had finally stopped and I could go back to eating normal lunches in peace, but then last Friday my manager called me into his office. "I got a complaint from Janet about your lunch choices. She says you are deliberately eating inappropriate foods to make people uncomfortable and create a hostile work environment." I stared at him. "She's complaining about my lunch? She says you are being unprofessional and disruptive. Personally, you've been eating some pretty strange combinations that are making other people lose their appetite." "Did she mention that she's been commenting on my food every day for 3 months, that she's been printing out diet articles and leaving them on my desk?" My manager looked confused. "She said she was trying to be helpful with health suggestions, but you responded by deliberately eating gross food to spite her." I realized Janet had completely reframed the situation. In her version, she was the helpful coworker trying to support a colleague's wellness, and I was the unprofessional troublemaker eating weird food for attention. So I'm getting in trouble for eating lunch. You are getting talked to about maintaining professional standards and not creating disruptions in the workplace. Janet says other people have been complaining too. I looked around the office later and realized that while my coworkers had definitely noticed my weird lunch phase, most of them had just found it amusing. A few had even asked for my reshapes as a joke. But Janet had managed to turn my harmless rebellion into an HR issue about workplace professionalism. Now I am back to bringing normal lunches, and Janet has resumed her daily food commentary like nothing happened, except now she has little digs about appropriate workplace behavior and setting a good example. Yesterday, she watched me eat a turkey sandwich and said, "It's so nice to see you making better choices. I was really worried about you for a while there. I've started eating lunch in my car."